Unsurprisingly, screw up number one is the ECU positioning. After all that advice on not chopping things before you should and working out what's what, I forgot. That little tray was what held the battery. I took the battery out early on because it was flat and I threw it on the bench and completely forgot all about it. So maybe the battery's going to have to go back where it was, and the ECU, we're going to have to go back to plan A and throw it in there somehow. So we are going to have to keep that cut line there, unless we keep this whole thing. So what I've done is bought a real cheap tailpiece off a Honda, I think it was, off eBay, 20 bucks. And I'm going to kind of play around with that and see. Probably won't use that, but it'll give me an idea of shape and form that I need to cover up that back end. So we'll see what happens when that arrives. Battery used to sit here lengthways in that little tray. I'm thinking if we chop off the seat lock mount there, that's where the cable went, we can get it widthways and potentially a lot further forward, because that's blocking it at the moment, so it can come further forward. And then the ECU that used to sit all the way back here, hopefully we can work out how to sling it in there somehow, in that section there. Maybe a bit more chopping involved, and then we can follow that line back. With the battery now kind of taped roughly where I think I'm going to sit it, right up against the seat frame, we're back in business, because the ECU will fit in that little slot there nicely. And as you can see, it just kind of protrudes a little bit there, but I'm comfortable with that. And we can get some kind of guard that goes up and meets the frame wherever we chop that, which might be back to our original seat chop. As you can see, got plenty of clearance, so it's all looking good. Still treading cautiously, and I've cut off where I marked it for the ECU in the first place, but I'm fairly confident we can take it right down to the seat chop, if not here, because I'm going to mount the seat on that guy there, and then the fuel tank mount that holds the fuel tank in there. So I'm going to screw straight into the seat. I'll show you my ideas on that another time. Some more helpful advice. Word from the wise, or not so wise. I've got a lot of gloves and I always forget to wear them. And if you want to avoid this, then remember to put your gloves on. Now the question is, does my arse look big in this? I've also been revisiting the tail, because I envisaged there would just be the seat would be the last thing. Having got that cheap old Honda thing, and mucking around with it and Photoshop it, I kind of like the idea of a short stubby tail. Although that bit fits perfectly, clearly it doesn't here. So I won't actually be using this tailpiece, but for 20 bucks it's given me some ideas, and we'll see where that takes us. I've been having another look at the lights and playing with some ideas there. So we'll be using these mounts here for the headlights, and building some kind of platform for them to sit on. I don't think it'll be a bar like in the image, but I might even make a small kind of fairing for them almost, and maybe French them into the fairing. I like French lights. That idea just came to me actually as I was talking through it. French lights, if you're not familiar, kind of a custom thing, and it's recessing into the bodywork. I'll dig out some examples. And the idea for the lights is kind of inspired by Alfa Romeo, the Alfa Brera in fact, although they used a similar kind of layout on models of that era. So I'm going to try and emulate that. Now I'm revisiting the Speedo and where I'm going to mount that. I'm going to keep the original expansion tank, no point in reinventing that wheel. It's got a couple of nice little mounts there. Got to find the screws, obviously. It's all just roughly thrown into place, but the engine start will go in there, and I won't be using the original fake carbon CRC part. I like real carbon, so I might actually find a real carbon one, but fake carbon honestly looks a bit shit. So, and then the Speedo will kind of fit about there on the mount that I have intended for it. Given my finger injury, I actually don't really want to do anything where I might knock it because it really bloody hurts. So I might concentrate on the fuel tank and get that sanded down, ready for paint, which will be extremely boring, so I won't video it, but I'll do that. And I'll continue to ponder what to do next on the rest of the things and fiddle around with stuff that doesn't involve smacking my fingers on anything. So thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe to the channel. See you soon.